Imagine finally understanding why some people effortlessly navigate relationships while you constantly face drama or disappointment. What if I told you there's a hidden blueprint from your past shaping every romantic interaction you have? Prepare to uncover the surprising ways your attachment style is either building or breaking your love life, and learn how to rewrite your relational future. This is not just theory, it's a transformative journey to understanding you and your deepest relational needs. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on life-changing insights about love, relationships, psychology, philosophy, and personal growth. Drop a comment below sharing one relationship challenge you'd like to understand better. This community is all about learning and growing together. The silent saboteur, the invisible force behind your relationship struggles. Let's start with a truth many people never realize until they hit the same rough patch time and again in love. Relationship struggles, heartbreak, and misunderstandings are often not about your partner or the external situation. Instead, these challenges often come from an invisible force inside you, a silent saboteur that influences how you feel, behave, and react in intimate connections, your attachment style. Picture this. You're in a relationship. Things seem good on the surface, but then suddenly tension arises. Maybe you start feeling anxious your partner will leave, or they seem distant and unreachable and you can't quite understand why it hurts so much. Or perhaps you notice you pull away just when things get intimate, and that creates friction or confusion. The struggle can feel endless. You promise yourself this time will be different, yet you find yourself repeating old patterns, falling into arguments, or feeling lonely even when you're with someone you care about. This frustration, is it really your fault? The answer is yes and no. On one hand, you have agency, the ability to change and grow. On the other hand, your early relationships, how you learn to connect with caregivers, loved ones, and early adults, have wired your brain for a certain way of relating. This wiring shapes your expectations, fears, and behaviors in relationships, often unconsciously. The attachment styles you carry act like an emotional lens, coloring every interaction with others, especially romantic partners. Understanding this invisible force can feel like unlocking a secret code, the code that has governed your love life without you knowing. What if the key to healthier connections isn't about fixing them, but about understanding and healing you? That's where this journey begins. The foundations of attachment, how childhood shapes adult love. Attachment theory was pioneered by psychologist John Bowlby in the mid-20th century and later expanded by Mary Ainsworth through her famous Strange Situation study. The core idea is that from infancy, humans develop an emotional bond with their primary caregivers. How these early attachments formed creates internal models or blueprints we carry into adulthood. Children whose caregivers were responsive and nurturing usually develop a secure attachment. They learn the world is safe, their needs can be met, and relationships can be trusted. On the other hand, inconsistent, neglectful, or frightening caregiving can produce insecure attachments, patterns of relating that involve fear, avoidance, or confusion. These early emotional blueprints profoundly influence adult relationships because adults unconsciously seek to recreate these original attachment dynamics, trying to resolve early wounds or maintain a familiar emotional environment, even if it's painful. Over decades of research, psychologists have identified 4 primary adult attachment styles: secure attachment, comfort with emotional closeness and independence, able to communicate openly and trust both self and others; anxious attachment, heightened need for closeness, fear of abandonment, and sensitivity to perceived rejection; avoidant attachment, discomfort with intimacy, valuing independence to the point of distancing from emotional connection; Disorganized attachment, a confusing mix of anxious and avoidant traits, often linked to trauma or erratic early caregiving, leading to unpredictable relational responses. These patterns are not fate. They are habits formed for survival in childhood and can be reshaped with awareness and effort. Before we dive deeper, it's essential to find out where you stand. Understanding your attachment style gives you a lens to see your relationship patterns with fresh eyes. Ask yourself these probing questions. When I don't hear from my partner, do I feel anxious or panicked, worrying they're losing interest? Do I often find myself uncomfortable with too much closeness and feel the urge to pull away? Can I comfortably share my emotions and trust my partner will be there for me? Do I sometimes behave unpredictably, wanting closeness and then suddenly withdrawing or pushing away? Your answers can help you identify your dominant style. Remember, no style is inherently bad, and many people have blended styles. The goal is self-awareness, not self-judgment. How attachment styles shape love, stories, and scenarios. To truly understand how attachment styles operate, let's walk through real-life relationship scenarios for each insecure attachment style and see how these invisible patterns manifest. Anxious attachment, seeking love, haunted by fear. Imagine Sarah. She deeply loves her partner, yet every time he doesn't reply to a text promptly, her mind spirals. Does he no longer love me? She sends repeated messages, trying to get reassurance. When they meet, she reads every subtle tone or facial expression, fearing criticism or rejection. Sarah's anxious attachment stems from early experiences where her emotional needs were inconsistently met. Her core fear is abandonment, and her behavior is designed, though unconsciously, to prevent it. Yet ironically, this can create tension and push her partner away. Anxiously attached individuals often interpret neutral or ambiguous actions as threats to their connection, leading to heightened vigilance and emotional distress. They thrive on intimacy, but struggle with self-soothing when feeling disconnected. Avoidant attachment. The need for space costs connection. Meanwhile, meet Alex. When his partner tries to discuss their feelings or the future of the relationship, Alex feels trapped. His automatic response is to withdraw emotionally or physically. He keeps secrets or changes topics rather than confront intimacy head-on. Alex's avoidant attachment likely developed from caregivers who were emotionally unavailable or intrusive, teaching him that closeness meant loss of autonomy or vulnerability. His core need is independence and self-protection, causing him to shut down when emotions run high. Avoidantly attached partners often minimize feelings and avoid dependency, which can frustrate partners who crave emotional engagement.
Disorganized attachment, the push-pull paradox. Now consider Maya, who craves closeness, but simultaneously fears it. One moment she's desperate for attention. The next, she shuts down completely. Her relationships are inconsistent and chaotic, leaving her and her partners confused. Disorganized attachment often arises from trauma or unpredictable caregiving, where love and fear coexist. This style is the most complex because it combines the anxiety of abandonment with the avoidance of engulfment, creating push-pull cycles. This internal conflict can prevent consistent intimacy, leaving relationships unstable. Secure attachment, a model of healthy love. For contrast, think of Jason and Priya, who communicate openly, respect boundaries, and manage conflict constructively. They trust each other and themselves and feel safe expressing needs and emotions. Secure attachment offers a framework for stable, satisfying relationships and can be a goal for those working through insecure patterns. The science of attachment. Why these patterns are so hard to change. Understanding the neuroscience behind attachment styles helps us appreciate why early experiences shape adult love so powerfully. Our attachment system is deeply embedded in the brain structures regulating emotion, threat detection, and bonding. The amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex work together to help us assess safety and connect with others. When early caregivers are responsive, the brain develops strong, secure base circuits, promoting calmness and trust in relationships. Conversely, inconsistent or neglectful care sensitizes threat circuits, making individuals hypervigilant to signs of rejection or prone to avoidance as a defense. Because these neural responses are automatic and unconscious, attachment behaviors feel involuntary. It's just who I am. But the brain's plasticity means with sustained effort, new secure pathways can form, enabling healthier relational responses. Breaking the cycle. Evidence-based strategies for healing attachment wounds. The most empowering realization is that attachment styles are not destiny. Through intentional practice, therapy, and self-reflection, you can develop a more secure style and enjoy richer, less stressful relationships. Here are tailored strategies for each insecure style. For anxious attachment, mindfulness and self-soothing. Practice noticing anxious thoughts and feelings without judgment. Apps like Headspace or Calm offer guided meditations aiding emotional regulation. Reframe thoughts. When you feel abandoned, ask yourself, is there evidence for this? Could my partner just be busy? This reduces catastrophizing. Communicate needs clearly. Instead of repeated texting or accusations, try statements like, I feel anxious when I don't hear from you. Can we talk about how we can support each other? For avoidant attachment, gradual vulnerability. Start small by sharing a personal thought or feeling with a trusted friend or partner. Increase this transparency over time. Label your emotions. Keep a journal of daily feelings to build emotional awareness. This counteracts habitual suppression. Challenge independence myths. Understand that healthy dependence doesn't equal weakness, but fosters connection. For disorganized attachment, therapeutic support. Working with trauma-informed therapists can help process childhood wounds and develop coping skills. Establish predictability. Creating routines and setting clear expectations with partners provides safety. Practice self-compassion. Embrace your mixed feelings without shame, recognizing they come from past survival strategies. Practical exercises to deepen attachment awareness. To further your growth, try these exercises designed to increase insight and promote secure behaviors. An attachment style journal. For 1 week, write daily reflections on how your attachment style showed up in your interactions. Note triggers and responses. Safe place visualization. Imagine a place where you feel completely safe and loved. Practice returning to this mental place when anxious or avoidant urges arise. Role reversal dialogue. With a partner or friend, enact a scenario where you express feelings and they respond empathetically. This helps build trust and vulnerability. Self-compassion letter. Write a letter to your younger self, acknowledging the pain that shaped your attachment style and offering kindness and reassurance. Cultivating secure connections from insight to lasting love. Moving towards secure attachment doesn't just mean fixing behaviors. It's about cultivating a relational mindset grounded in trust, empathy, and balance. Here are key practices for fostering secure love. Choose partners wisely. Seek those who demonstrate emotional availability and respect boundaries. Prioritize emotional safety. Set clear limits about what feels safe and communicate openly when uncomfortable. Build trust through consistency. Small acts of reliability strengthen trust over time. Engage in emotional sharing. Make time for regular conversations about feelings and needs without judgment. Respond to conflict with curiosity. Rather than blaming, ask, what's beneath this tension, and work together to understand. Secure attachment is not about perfection, but resilience, being able to repair and grow from relational challenges. Real-life stories, transformation through attachment awareness. Consider James, who struggled for years with avoidant patterns, pushing partners away and feeling lonely. After learning about his attachment style, he committed to weekly therapy, practiced vulnerability exercises, and slowly opened up emotionally. Over 2 years, James developed deeper, lasting relationships built on trust. Or Anna, who was stuck in anxious cycles of jealousy and panic. Through meditation, journaling, and couples communication workshops, she learned to soothe her anxiety independently and articulate her needs effectively. Her love life transformed from turmoil to calm connection. These stories show that healing is possible through patience, self-compassion, and intentional practice. Final thoughts. Your path to healthier love starts now. Your attachment style has quietly shaped your love life all along, but it doesn't have to define your future. By shining a light on these unconscious patterns, you gain the power to choose differently. Remember, relationship challenges often stem from unmet early needs, not personal flaws. Awareness of your attachment style is the first step towards freedom. Changing attachment patterns takes time, courage, and support. Secure love is possible for everyone, no matter your past. Self-compassion fuels lasting transformation. Start your journey today. Reflect on your attachment patterns, try some strategies, and consider professional help if needed. As you become more secure within, your relationships will flourish, grounded in deeper intimacy, trust, and respect. If this video helped you uncover patterns you didn't know were holding your love life back, please subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and personal transformation. And don't forget to comment below your biggest takeaway or a question about attachment styles. Your experience could inspire and support someone else on this journey. Until next time, take care and nurture your heart.